what I find is often it's the opposite. It's that the people that you attract reflect how you feel, not necessarily that they will be feeling the same. So if you feel that the people that you attract will be the people who feel the same, that's what you essentially train yourself to look for. Alternatively, it's that when you feel bad about yourself, because that's your current emotional state, you'll find people who'll help you feel bad about yourself. It's not that when you feel bad, you'll surround yourself with bad people. It's that you will realign and reinstate the beliefs that you have with the people around you. So to rehash that, it's sort of like, someone who believes that they're bad at relationships attracts someone who shows them that that's true. Heal that belief, and as a result, they might still be bad at relationships, but their belief might change. It might be that it's okay to be bad. And so suddenly they have peace, and they bring other people who help them have that new sense of peace. So when you're saying if you're broken or bad about yourselves, you may attract people that are feeling the same. That's true. But if you believe that you attract people who feel the same just because you are bad or broken, you are going to look for those people. It's like mind's eye. It's what you've got in your reticle, your target. There's a rule with relationships just like a rule with everything else. We get what we used to. If you're used to it, of course you're going to get it. So I'll tell you something interesting. This is a very difficult topic to share online because honestly, it's incredibly nuanced. And people in different really hard situations, no matter what situation you're in, I can understand people are in very hard situations, but this is the rule that I have found, especially when it comes to relationship coaching, especially when it comes to dating coaching, especially when it comes to just human-to-human contact, and most importantly, when it comes to emotional healing. And that is the relationships we attract are often a reflection of how we feel. Now, the question that I was asked before was that if you feel bad, does that mean you will attract people who also feel bad? Something like that. The answer is yes and no. A really good example of this is, say, for example, you're in a social situation. Say, for example, you believe you are bad at social situations. What might then happen? If you have this really deep sense of belief in yourself that you're bad at social situations, that more often than not, what will happen is, unless there is someone else whose self-belief and self-whatever outshines yours, your emotional state will, in fact, be reflected in the real-world environment. So, for example, I like to think of it as emotional foundations. It's like building a house on sand. When you build a house on sand, it's going to be rocky, it's going to potentially crumble. That's the same thing when it comes to, beliefs, when it comes to creating relationships. So when you feel bad, you're not necessarily going to attract people who feel bad too, or will make you feel bad, but they will more specifically reaffirm that belief because that's the belief, that's the foundation in which you are standing on. So what do you believe about yourself? Do you believe that you are lovable as you are? Or do you believe that you have to work for this love? Those are really two interesting distinctions because someone who believes that they're lovable for who they are will be pushed away and will push away situations where they have to really work for it. On the other hand, if you believe you have to work for love, when love comes too easy, what will they do? It's like, oh, this is too easy. This is too difficult for me. I have the same thing when it comes to my work. I used to have this belief that I had to work hard for it. When things came easy, I almost rejected it. It was like, oh, this client or this money came too easy. And then you look around, you reinforce that belief. Look around, it's easy for them, it's hard for me. So when a similar thing, when you have a situation where you feel bad about yourself, you're not going to attract people that will help you feel bad. But if you feel bad about yourself, you will attract people that reinforce that belief. So it might be that, life is always hard. So what do? You meet people that help you feel that life is hard. On the other hand, you heal that feeling. You heal that deep feeling that life is hard, and you actually elevate it to its next level, because healing always elevates it to its next level. Okay, so what's the next level? Life is hard, or life can be easy. So suddenly someone comes into your life who's telling you that life is hard. You're like, what the fuck are you saying? One of my favorite things is when I'm helping someone heal, And they go to someone that used to give them so much grief, and they can now see that's not my grief, that's their fucking grief.